The cross should be done in less than 5 or 4 seconds. But if you have trouble in solving the cross less than 5 or 4 seconds, then this video is for you. One more thing, make sure you're solving the cross on the bottom. If you do it on the side or the top, then you need to rotate and then do F12, which slows you down as it needs the rotation. So make sure you do it on the bottom. Aligning the cross afterwards means you would insert all the cross edges and then align the cross afterwards. So here's an example. So here's the red edge and then here's the blue edge. So normally what people would do is that match the red with the red center like that, and then we take the edge out and then they insert it into the back like that. So that is not the best solution for this cross. Instead of that, what you can have done is that you can just insert the blue edge in, because blue and then red, so you can insert blue and then it is red. So after that you can align the cross now, and now these two are solved. So here's another example. So here we have the red edge attached to its center, and now here we have orange, green and blue here. So now what we can do is that red and orange will always be opposite. So we can just bring the orange one down like that. And now we can insert the blue one in. So the blue one goes before the red edge. So the red edge is here, and now we need to insert the blue one here so that we can finish the cross. And then finally we can insert the green one into the empty slot. And now align the cross. So here we have a cross edge in the middle layer. So normally what people would do if the cross edge is in the middle layer is that they would take it out to the top layer and then insert it. So that is not the best solution you can do for this case. Instead of that, what you can do is that move the whole cross over and then put the edge in and then move it all back again. So that saves us moves and then it can be done a lot faster. So another way of doing this cross solution is that you can do F2 or prime and F2. You can do it in this way too. So here's a cross edge attached to its center, and now here's another edge on the top layer that is flipped. So instead of just inserting this one and then inserting the flipped edge, so now a better thing to do is that you can just put the blue edge on top of the red edge. And now if you do R prime, the blue edge matches up with the blue center, and then you can do an F to bring it down. So I'll give you one more example. So here's the red edge attached to the center again, and here's the green edge on the bottom. So normally what people would do is that take the red edge to the bottom layer and then solve the green edge. So a better solution is to just put the green edge on below the red edge like this, and now if you do an F prime, this one matches up with the center, and you can just bring it down to the bottom layer. So you finish the cross, and then you notice that you have two edges that needs to be swapped adjacently, and then what you can do is that remove one of the edge and then put it to where it belongs like that, and then do U2 and bring it down to the bottom layer, and that fixes these two edges. So you finish the cross, and then you notice that you have two opposite edges that need to be swapped. Then what you can do is that M2, U2, M2, and then that swaps these two edges. So if you have a cross edge that is flipped on the top layer, then what you can do is put it on the right side, and then you can do R prime, F, R. You can also put it on the left side, and then you can do L, F prime, L prime. So planning out the entire cross during inspection means you would plan out the entire cross during 15 seconds in competitions, and then do the cross without a pause, and then you can go to F12. So here I have a random scramble, and then I would just take a moment to see where all the pieces are, and so here they are. So I would do it as fast as I can. So there's the cross. So that is how you make the use of inspection. You would just see where all the pieces are and then do them as fast as you can, which is similar to muscle memory. So now I'll be doing 3 example solves, so let's begin. So here's scramble number 1. You can do the scramble on white top and the green facing you. And now let's begin. So here's the first scramble, and then I noticed that there's a cross attached to the center, which is blue, and then it can be corrected in one move. And here's orange attached to its center, and green and red are here. So what we can do is that we can just align the cross and then insert orange, and then now we can insert green using the 3-move insert, and then we can bring this one back to the bottom layer. So now the cross is solved. So now let's execute them as fast as we can. So there's the cross. So here's scramble number 2, and then you can do the scramble on white top and green front again. So let's begin. So here's the scramble number 2, and immediately what I noticed is that there are 2 cross edges that are opposite, which is blue and green, and so they are correctly attached. And then another thing that I noticed is there are 2 F12 pairs already made. So what I can do is that I can do D2 and then insert red. So while inserting red, this F12 pair comes in the way. So I can just do a U prime to avoid it and then insert red into the bottom. And then now this F12 pair gets preserved. So I can align the cross, insert this one. While inserting the orange, I can just look ahead to my first pair, which is the green and red. So F and then do the F12 part. So now the second cross as fast as I can. Again, use muscle memory after you plan the entire cross. So here's the last scramble, and do the scramble on my top and green front again. So let's begin. So here's the last and third scramble. So here are the all 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the orange one is in the back. So what we can do is that we can insert 2 cross edges at the same time by putting the red edge on top of the blue edge like this, and now we can insert that. So instead of just inserting these 2 like that, if we do a slight optimization, we can also insert the orange one, which is at the back. So what we can do is that we can put the red edge on top of the blue edge, and then we can put the orange edge on below the blue edge. And then when we put the blue edge down, these 2 will get set up, and then we can just insert them. And then finally the green edge is here, and then we can just match it up with the center, align the cross, and insert green. So now the third scramble cross as fast as I can. So thanks for watching, and I hope the tips helped you, and I'll see you all in my next video.